Morning everybody, it's Will here. It's June 4th. It's about 63 degrees. I'm here, it's fairly early in the morning, I'd say almost 8 o'clock. I'm here a little earlier than normal because I have a bunch of stuff on my schedule for today. I did come down before I started recording here and kind of weed whacked by hand with a hand tool the grass. I wanted to knock it back some. As you can see, the grass is getting kind of high, and I'm trying to keep it from encroaching on the hives. So what we're doing today is basically another hive inspection, just a general hive inspection. I want to see how the bees are doing working on the honey boxes. And I also want to see if I can figure out what's going on with the big hive here. So it's not quite warm enough for these girls to start foraging yet. You can see they're starting to come out, poking their heads out. The smaller hive, they're foraging. Oh, they're not in great numbers yet, but they'll get going here. And I think I'm going to start working on the smaller hive here. And I don't want to mess with them too much. I just want to make sure the queen's still in there, laying eggs like crazy. Last week when I was through here, there was at least 4 full sides of drawn brood comb. So I want to make sure that merged okay, and hopefully that she laid in more eggs to keep the population up. Plenty of bees on the top, which is good. Smoke these girls. I'm going to smoke a little harder than normal this morning because it is a little cooler and they might be a little more defensive. I put these top honey supers on 2 weeks ago. They were nothing but foundation, no drawn comb on them at all. So I'm going to take a quick peek and see if they've been working any comb here. Kind of peeking down through the frames. Got some bees working it, but I can tell they're not seriously looking at these yet. Pull a middle frame if I can. Yeah, see, we're continuing to draw this bird comb out, which that's act like a bridge for them to get up here to this comb. But they really haven't done much with that. And I'm not going to mess with it too much. So I'm going to put this box back together. Okay. And we'll see what's going on in the box below. Boy, I got this glued pretty good. Alright. So last week when I looked at this box, they were working pretty hard at putting some honey away. See how they're doing. And because it's a little cooler and earlier in the morning, I think the bees are going to be a little more defensive. We'll see how that works out. Okay. So this frame, they're starting to draw it out, but they're not doing much. So I might rearrange some frames here. Same way with this one. So I probably will put these in the middle. This frame has some weight to it, and hard to see it, but there's the shiny stuff in the cells there. That's nectar, and the white there, that's nectar that they have already dried down and turned into honey, and then they cap it off. So we kind of same there. They're getting there. Now they're keeping these, I can tell they're keeping these, the bottom part of these open because in their mind the queen could come up there and lay, but it's not reality. So we're doing good. And I'm hoping with keeping those empties on top, it keeps them from wanting to swarm. So I'm going to guess that these end frames are going to kind of look like the other end frames. And they do. Yeah. Alright. So we're going to do some rearranging here. This box was completely undrawn when I put it in, so this is all brand new comb, which is great. It's hard to get them to draw out comb. So what I'm kind of doing is I'm checkerboarding these frames. So these are kind of full. I put a undrawn one here, a drawn one here, an undrawn one here, and I'm trying to use the drawn comb to encourage them to draw up the empty frames that'll be beside them. So see how this one's empty, and I'm putting it in between these drawn ones. And also by doing that, where they were keeping the bottoms open on some of these that were in the middle, I'm hoping that because they're no longer in the middle, they'll fill those out. A little bit of hive management. I try not to manage them too hard. Really, I'm in the box really to observe what's going on if I can, and not mess with them too much. Okay, so now we're going to get down. We'll pull this honey box off, and we'll get down and start looking at what the queen's doing. If I can crack this box. There we go. Okay, this box is going to have some weight to it. Alright, so now we're down at the queen excluder. I'm going to smoke them down a little bit. Mainly because I want, if the queen happens to be up on it, I would rather her be down in the frames. So I'm just going to kind of move the bees down. Pull the excluder off. Mix our queen here. And get rid of these cups. Okay. So if you look at bee coverage from here all the way to this frame. So 8 frames. I'm trying to maintain this as a single deep. See how things are going. Loosen these frames up so I can work with them. Okay. Okay, again, they're not doing a whole lot with this frame, so I might do a little rearranging here as well. Now they're going to expend some energy drawing comb where they would normally be stacking honey. So by getting them to draw comb, I'm losing out a little bit on how much honey I'm getting, but I really need the drawn comb. This box came out of winter with like only 5 frames of drawn comb, so the more I can get them to draw, the better. Okay, I got a bunch of larvae in here, eggs out here, so I know the queen's been here at least 3 days ago. So it's good. In actuality, if I wanted to, I could just put this hive back together and call it done today. I'm looking for the queen just in case she's on this frame. Because usually if you see eggs, she's not far behind. And she was freshly marked, so she should be pretty easy to spot. I would almost bet she's on the next frame. That's a sheet of brood there. A fresh sheet of brood there, so the numbers in this hive are gonna really go up. Alright, so we're gonna move over to the next frame. There's the queen. Queen bee's right here. Another queen right. She's not really laying anything in this frame at all. I might move that. I have to remember she's on that frame. Okay, she laid this one up pretty good, so she's using that one. And this one. These are about to emerge. No queen cells, so they're not thinking about swarming. A little smoke down here. So queen cups on the other side, but those are more like practice cups. I'm not too worried about those. Nothing in them. So she's doing a good job. Okay. I'm going to let this side of the hive go for now. I'm not going to manage it. put these back together. This is the frame that had the queen on it, and she's not really laying it up. So I'm gonna try to find okay, she laid that one up. That one's laid up. Alright, so I don't have empty comb to kind of move in there. So I'm gonna pick a frame, this one, and I'm going to put this in here, and hopefully that'll encourage them to draw that out and comb so that she can work that. Actually, I'm not going to put it right in the middle. I'm going to put it there and move it in a couple. There we go. I have a wall of bees here I need to move so I can put this frame in. Get them to move out of the way as much as I can. Get the frame in. Spaced okay. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do with that box. Start putting it back together. Okay, all done with that hive. Move my tools over, and we'll see what this hive is doing. Like I said last week, I wasn't sure what it was doing. It's gonna be pretty packed because they were really not foraging yet. Take a look to see what they're doing with the honey boxes up top. Got plenty of bees up here. I was kidding last week, half kidding last week, saying if they fill this honey super up and I put another on top, I'm not going to be tall enough. This is, my arms are chest height right now, so. Got some frames stuck on the lid. I doubt they did anything with this, but we'll take a look. Yep. So I'm not even going to mess with this box. Get it spaced up. This is in case they get into a heavy flow and they'll have plenty of nectar flow. They'll have plenty of space to put honey if they need it. It also hopefully is acting as a way to deter them from swarming, because they have the space. They just need to utilize it. Bees will tend to swarm if they feel like they don't have enough space for the the number of bees that they have. So take a look at the honey box here. Okay, it's loosened up. Okay. And this frame is just full, top to bottom of honey. It's heavy too. I did reorganize this one, this box. That one frame is full. So I think what I might do, if this box is mainly full, I might this week put that box under on the bottom. Try to get them working it. This frame is getting full. They're filling this one up. Now last week I did some rearranging. I put frames that were empty in the middle, and they're starting to fill these up, which is good news. Whoops. So it looks like that strategy worked. I got full frames on the ends, and they're working on these. That frame is just full. Yeah. These girls are doing good. Oh my gosh, that frame is full. Look at all that honey. I'm going to take a picture of that. That one is capped on this side, and they're starting to fill that, so I'm going to rotate that. And this one capped on that side, and they're working that one, so good. I'm happy with this. Whoops. Alright. So this one's full. That one's almost completely full, so we'll do a readjustment there. Alright. So this colony here, this hive, is doing really good for honey. And I know they have 2 full deep frames of honey down here yet for their feed, so we're doing good. Crack this box. That box is heavy. Yeah. About 50 pounds. Okay, again, I'm gonna smoke the bees down off the excluder if I can. This box is gonna be full because the foragers aren't out. pull the queen excluder off. Set that to the side. Okay, now we're into the brood chambers. Again, this one's a double deep brood chamber. There's 2 deep boxes down here, and the queen can lay anywhere in there. This hive I'm managing as a single deep, so the queen can only lay down in here. And I'm trying to see which one's easier to manage. Loosen these frames, they're pretty tight. Alright. Get my frame puller tool. Pull this as gently as I can. Working on drawing this out. So that's good. Oh. I bumped the frame. And they weren't fans. So watch, I'm going to step away. Got these nurse bees. I'm going to step right here. And if you just stand here for a little bit, they all went back. Now we can come back and use a little smoke. Because when I bumped that frame, they immediately released an alert pheromone, so that kind of put them on alert. And I was the closest thing around, so they were checking me out. And you can tell the pheromone's still going a little bit because still getting buzzed a little bit, but that's okay. So queen, that was capped. That's capped, and they're putting food up. That's good. Again, I'm looking for evidence, especially this week, for a laying queen. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time dilly-dallying. I'm looking to see if I can see any eggs or even a spot of queen. That's all capped. That's all capped. So if I remember right, 14 days ago those would have been laid. Okay, we got larvae here. So I know there's been a queen here like a week ago. Again, I wish I had more sun I could look down in these to look for an egg. But that's encouraging, I'm seeing that. Alright. Some smoke. There's some larvae there too. Tell you what, maybe it's just because I can't see the eggs because of lack of sunlight right now, but it seems like this is queen right. I got one little spot of sun I can use here. And I see little bits of royal jelly in the bottom of these cells. I'm going to say this is queen right. When I mean my queen right, it means I have a queen and she's laying eggs, doing her job. Yeah, I think I'm queen right. I'm going to look at one more frame on this box and then I'm going to go down to the next one. I don't want to mess with them too much. Looking good. Alright, so I'm not going to mess with this box anymore. Got pretty good evidence I have had a queen here. I'd say like 5 days ago, 6 days ago. Even less. And you can tell by the age of the larva. So if the larva, if you see eggs, the queen has been there at least 3 days. When you start seeing larger larvae, like little comma-sized looking things, that's at least day 4. When they cap the brood, that's about day 7 if I remember right. And it'll be capped. I have to go back and look for that timing. I think I'm right. Okay. And I'm just going to take a quick peek in this bottom box. I think I say that every time and end up spending more time in there than I intend. That's alright. Okay. Close frame. So drawing that. Not much going on that one. That's okay. See, I have some larvae on this frame too. Yeah, put nectar away there. Okay. So I got quiet here for a second. I'm confounded. There's some nectar. Some pollen. So they're putting pollen away here. And there. All right. Let's say I'll look at 2 more frames and then put it together and just let them. Again, we're gonna let the bees do what the bees do. The only change I'm gonna make to this hive is I'm gonna put switch the order of the honey boxes. So here you can see some pollen stores going in. These frames are empty. Alright, one more. So just judging from the sound of the bees, I think the queen bee is in this box. This box is a little louder than this one. See, listen to this one. And then listen to this one. So the bees will tend to make more noise if they're away from the queen. And I would bet that the queen is in here somewhere. I just missed her. Get some bees out of the way. Yeah. I'd say the queen's up top. So we're going to leave well enough alone. And put this back together. Maybe the next visit I come out here, I'll come out in the afternoon where I have a bunch of light. I think that's my problem. The last 2 times I've been out here, it's been in the morning, which is great for me because I don't sweat to death. But it makes it hard to see anything. The thing about bees is if you move slow enough, they'll move out of the way. Like I just tucked that frame in there and there's bees all over it, but I moved slow and it gave them time to get out of the way. So I'll put this box back on. There we go. Let's put these bees down. Put the queen excluder on. And then I think I am going to, just to see what happens, because this box is nearly full, I'm going to switch the order I have these boxes in. So I'll sit that one on the end. Put this empty box down here. Get these spaced. I'm gonna grab this heavy box. Oh my goodness. Put that on top. Whew, that's a workout. Alright, so now that box that was full of honey is up here. The bees now, when they want to move the nectar up, they're going to have to go through this box that has undrawn comb to get up here. When they fill this will be closer to where the workers are, so they'll hopefully be a little faster about drawing that comb out. The more comb I can get drawn, the better. So we'll see if that works. If it doesn't, I'll flip it right back the next week. But that's the only management I really did today. Moved a few frames around in the smaller hive and flipped boxes on this one. And last week when I was here, I had noticed, you can still kind of see it, there was some signs a skunk has been using This is a vending machine. The skunk will come up and he'll scrape the edge of this box at night. He'll hunker down here, scrape this. The bees will come out and see what's going on, and then he grabs them and eats them. So I'm gonna maybe try to scrape some of this mud off so I can tell if he's coming back. We'll see. If that comes up. If I come back and that's more dirty, that means I still have my skunk friend around. At least he or she's not here while I am. So, all right. Well, that should do it for today, folks. We'll come back and see if I mess things up, or see if I help things. That's part of the fun of this. Is I'm always still figuring things out. But until then, you guys have a great week and be safe.